The federal government says today's start of quarantine-free travel to New Zealand is the first step in the process to more broadly reopen Australia's international borders. Thousands of travellers are preparing to fly across the ditch this morning as New Zealand allows visitors from Australia in without them having to spend 14 days in isolation.
If the Trans-Tasman bubble is a success, the Prime Minister has signalled vaccinated Australians could be allowed to travel overseas in the second half of the year and return without needing to undergo hotel quarantine. Let's go straight to our reporters. Josh Babas is at Sydney Airport and Steph Ferrier joins us from Melbourne. Good morning to both of you. Josh, that first flight, when's it taking off?
Oh, Lisa, it's a Jetstar flight. It's going from Sydney to Auckland, and it was meant to leave about 6:15, but it has been delayed for about more than half an hour at least. It's expected to take off very shortly, and behind me there are queues for other flights to Auckland and Christchurch as well. Today, for many travellers, today is a day of mixed emotions. Some are heading back for funerals, others to visit sick family members, and some people haven't seen their family and friends for more than 18 months. There are dozens of flights across Qantas, Jetstar and Air New Zealand. There's also a few new additional locations where these flights are taking off from, like the Gold Coast and Perth. Air New Zealand will be flying passengers from there. They're expecting about 10,000 travellers to be up in the air during day one of the Trans-Tasman bubble, and most of them are headed to New Zealand. It's really great to see the international terminal here today full of activity.
I'm so ready to go home. I'm ready to see my husband. I normally go home about 6 times a year. So it's quite good. It's going to be a happy occasion.
Mixed emotions, happy, sad, can't wait. Most importantly, getting the kids to see each other and meet all the newborns that we haven't seen yet.
I think there's going to be a few tears. A lot of hugs, a lot of tears, but happy tears, so it should be good.
And I hear that you're going to join them and check in yourself, Josh.
Well, Lisa, somebody has to go. We'll be heading to Queenstown, and there's only one flight heading from Australia to Queenstown today, and they're so excited over in New Zealand that they'll be bringing out a marching band. There'll be a Maori blessing. The Mayor of Queenstown is coming out to meet the passengers. They're also offering free bungee jumping to everybody on the plane because some of those tourism operators over there have been struggling big time. There was a survey recently conducted by Tourism New Zealand which found about 900 tourism operators across the country were looking at potential closures if this bubble didn't get underway, and some have been saying that it should have opened well before now. Of course, Australia had opened its doors in late last year, around October. It was closed around February when there was that outbreak in Auckland briefly, but it was reopened. But day one today, it means a lot for the travellers as well as the tourism operators, the airlines as well, with hundreds of staff standing back up to work today.
Josh, you were always dedicated in your duties. We'll talk to you before you board. Steph, you're at Melbourne Airport, not going to New Zealand, I'm sorry, but plenty of people there who are.
I only wish at the moment, Lisa, but good luck to Josh. Now, as you can see behind me, we have dancers that beforehand were dancing, but right now they're waiting for people as they come in through check-in and head off towards the departure gate. They're all getting rousing cheers here, so lots of very happy passengers. And earlier on, as I said, they had a travel bubble dance going on. So there was a lot of big bubbles, big balloons going around just to get into that bubble theme. Now, we were being told that they might be offering up champers. Maybe they're trying to keep it all COVID safe, so we haven't seen the bubbles come out yet. But as you can see, they're obviously very happy to be here, along with so many of these passengers. As Josh said, many have been waiting for such a long time to be able to travel across the ditch. That includes people like Lauren Young and her young daughter Alice, her toddler, who is going to meet up with nieces and nephews for the first time. Let's have a listen.
It's amazing. It's been a long time, so really looking forward to it. Meeting our 10-month-old new niece, so as well, it'll be great.
So exciting. It's been 16 months since I've seen any member of my family, so pretty excited just to get home and see family is massive, and I hope people from other countries get that opportunity soon too.
And so there's lots of tears of joy here, and especially there are going to be many happy reunions with some 19 flights coming to and from Melbourne Airport today. Now, Scott Morrison has said that this does not mean that we're going to be seeing any travel further afield anytime soon, but behind the scenes he has hinted that we could see more international travel potentially at the back half of this year for essential purposes. And importantly, those people who do go out and come back in who have been fully vaccinated, they won't have to potentially quarantine in hotels. Instead, they might be able to have home isolation as an option if they've been vaccinated. But all of that is still to come. These are the first baby steps, and everybody here is just jumping for joy.
Yeah, and certainly we are thinking of people who aren't able to have that opportunity, but at least we're seeing advancements today. Steph and Josh, thank you very much.